Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm not going to do a makeup tutorial today. What I'm going to do is show you how I take my makeup off. I went to church this morning and this is the look I done, which my eyes is water. The pollen here is horrible today. We went and Mama wanted to pick her out some flowers and stuff for Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm going to put this up tonight so that way everybody will know. I'm going to use the Walmart equivalent of makeup wipes. It's the Equate, and it's equivalent to Neutrogena, and it's just the cleansing towelettes. The blue pack I got, I think 3 packs of these for something. And then my eyes, I'm going to use the Garnier water, skin activated water, and then I use that with these. And we're going to get started. That is my husband calling, and I'm just going to start him because he's on this other thing. But I take just a towelette, and it's a pretty good size towelette. I mean, it's pretty good size. And I'm going to start at my forehead, and I do it in a circle, and go underneath the eye. And with the towelette, the only thing I take off is my face makeup. I don't take off my eye makeup. I take my eye makeup off with this, with the Neutrogena Skin Active cleansing water. And I mean, not everything name brand in my book. A lot of store brand stuff works just as well. I have bought the Neutrogena. Matter of fact, that was the first kind that I bought, and it kind of burned when I took it off, when I took my makeup off. And this, there is a little bit of burning sensation, but it's not like a harsh burn. And I actually wore Manny's lipstick today in Aquarius by Ofra, and well, I still have quite a bit left on. That's the pink there. And we went to eat, and I've had my makeup on since about 8:30 this morning, so it works, it stays. So then we're going to take one cotton swab, or one cotton pad, and I just drench it. I'll be okay. And I start at my eyebrows, because I did do eyebrow filler, and then I work my way down into my eye, and then onto my eyelashes and below. And this you can go, I mean, I can get it right up underneath my bottom eyelashes, and almost in my eye, and it doesn't bother them. It doesn't make them red or anything, and I've still got my contacts in. It doesn't hurt them at all. And it takes, one pad normally takes everything off. But I always do 2 on each eye, just to make sure that I do get everything off. You only got one set of eyes, so you need to make sure you take care of them. And my eyes are bad anyway. I'm nearsighted. When I went to the eye doctor back in February, my eyes had actually gotten worse. But this is the first swab from the eye, front and back, and this is the second swab. I didn't use this side, I just used this side. So there's a little bit more on there. I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day, whether you're a mom or not. I'm not a mom. Well, today at church, the lady told me I was still a mom, and I'll explain why. I have had 4 miscarriages, so I'm still a mommy because my babies are in heaven. So they gave the mommies, everybody got a rose, and the lady brought it to me and said, "You're still a mommy," because she knew the story. She knew what had happened. "You're still a mommy because your babies are in heaven and you'll see them one day." And that's true. And that touched me. I got married in 1999, and I got married in January of 99. In August of that year, I was pregnant and had a miscarriage. almost 3 weeks into it. And then went forever. And my menstrual cycle period, the woman's thing, however you want to say it, never really come right for me all my life. And the doctor I had seen when I was young never diagnosed me with anything. He just said it's normal, she'll be fine. Kids do this nowadays. She's active. She, plays sports. It'll be fine. So we took his advice and went with it. Well, I got, after the miscarriage, and the second time I went, he told me I had just busted some blood vessels from lifting stuff. I was fine. Well, the next morning it was a miscarriage. So that was miscarriage number 2. Well, finally I went to a good doctor that my cousin told me about in Kingsport, which is the city where the mall and stuff's at. It's about an hour from here. And she said, I believe you've got polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS. And she said, I'm going to send you to a specialist in Johnson City. So she went ahead and she did the PAP and run all the tests and sent them over to him and scheduled me to go see him. Well, I did 2 rounds of fertility drugs. The second round I got pregnant. And 8 weeks in, I lost it. And he said, let's try again. So the third time we tried, and he said, your uterus is just not going to let you carry a child full term. He said, you've got some options here. We can try in vitro, but he said, you're not going to carry it. I can tell you that right now. And your insurance will pay for it, and you have to pay upfront $1,500. And then whatever comes after that, you'll have to pay. And I come home. We tried the drugs again. I got pregnant again. And almost 6 weeks, the fourth time, I lost it again. So I didn't see him anymore. I didn't see the specialist because there was nothing they could do. They put me on the metformin. They put me on other medicine to help with it. And it just didn't help. So my gynecologist just kept watch on me. Done my PAPs yearly. Kept ultrasounds. I had done the vaginal ultrasounds and on top of the stomach ultrasounds, both, each time I went every year. Luckily the insurance paid for it. Still couldn't get pregnant. My sister got pregnant and had Maddie in October of 2007. And she had talked before she had Maddie about being a surrogate for us. Because my sister is my full-blooded sister. So all it would be her donating her eggs. And my eggs was even sent to Utah. They even took eggs out of me and sent them to Utah. And they said they was not viable. Because they got some of the uterine tissue. They did a biopsy of the uterus. So my sister was going to do that. And Dr. Kappa was going to see it all through. She was willing to do that. I was ecstatic. Josh was for it. And after Rebecca had Maddie, she started having her natural, and her heart rate and blood pressure, her heart rate dropped, the baby's heart rate dropped, and Rebecca's blood pressure went through the roof. So they had to do an emergency cesarean with Rebecca to have Maddie. Maddie ripped Rebecca's bladder on the way out, so she had to wait in the operating room for a urologist to come in and sew her bladder up and put a catheter in surgically until, I think it was 3 weeks. After she had Maddie. And then they was going to have to go in and take it back out and make sure it healed. Rebecca had really bad postpartum after she had Maddie. And Josh and I had talked about adoption and that kind of thing. And then I ended up having to have a hysterectomy. I had a really bad hysterectomy. It took 3 doctors to get all of my female organs out. They left nothing in. Dr. Kappa promised me she would try to leave one ovary so I wouldn't be thrown into early menopause at my age at 32. But she wasn't guaranteeing it. She said because if I leave that in, I'm already giving you 40% chance it'll turn to cancer because it was so bad. She had to call in both of her colleagues to help. I was bruised from under my breast to the top of my knees, from where they had to pull and stretch to get everything out. I was, what should have been a 6 weeks recovery ended up being 12. Josh had to change my bandages twice a day. I got a allergic reaction to the adhesive to the point to where it was blistering my skin, and I had to lay in bed and sit up and sleep, and couldn't do anything. Josh worked, and my aunt come over and took care of me during the day, made sure I was able to eat and get up now for the bathroom and stuff. It busted loose on me. I was in the shower, and it busted loose, and blood went everywhere. My whole shower was red, like you had spray painted it, everything. And we thought that something bad had happened. And after that, it started healing good. And when I went to see, I had to see my doctor every week. I had to go to Kingsport every week and see her. Once a week and see her. Make sure there was no infection. Make sure everything was going okay. When that happened, she said most women that have hysterectomies, and I was cut from hip to hip, right above my pelvis, right at my pelvis bone. They say that it goes out through the vagina. Mine did not. Mine pulled underneath the skin and come out through that opening. That's what happened in the shower that day. Josh was my rock, and my aunt was my rock during that time. And the woman that gave me the rose today knew the story, knew exactly what happened from the beginning. And then another girl I went to school with was sitting there, and she grabbed my hand in the pew beside me. And it hit home, you know. So, it was a rough go. After my hysterectomy, I told Josh that I didn't want to go through with adoption. I felt like that we would get all the paperwork done and get everything going, and maybe be let down. He's got a friend of his that he went to high school with, and they have adopted. They've got 10 kids. And they've adopted all of them but 2. She was actually able to have 2. And she was adopting at the time. So they've got from adult 19 all the way down to I think 3 or 4 now. They're stair steps. But I told Josh, I said, I don't want my heart broken. I just feel like that's going to happen. So I don't want it. And I think God had a plan for me and him in a way. Because we're able to do things with Maddie that if we had kids we couldn't. Softball games and stuff like that, you know, it would be hard, I think. And Maddie gets a lot of our attention. We've got 3 other nieces who we love dearly, but we don't get to see them very often. We would be the same with them if we could, if it was allowed. It's Josh's brother and his ex-wife who's got the girls, and it's an ugly situation, so we just don't get to see them that often. But kids really tug at both of our hearts, and animals animals at mine, but kids at both of ours. But it's been an emotional roller coaster for me today, and this is the first Mother's Day that it's actually been rough on me. And you know, there's been a little bit of spat here and there between me and Josh when it shouldn't have been today, but he went out and ran an errand for me, and before he left we took care of the spat, because we've always said we don't go to bed mad no matter what it is. We'll talk it out no matter who gets mad, and there's no storming out, you talk about it. So we did that. But this was supposed to just be a how you take your makeup off video, and a happy Mother's Day to all of you all, but and mothers to be. And it turned into this. I guess it was just meant for me to tell what had happened. But it was all me. I know a lot of people say, you know, your husband should have been checked. Well, it was all me. Dr. Kappa explained my female organs like a Cobb salad. That I had so many cysts, and my uterus was like a wilted cabbage. It was falling inside out. Everything all my layers of my uterus had done collapsed inside. And that's what was causing all the issues. And that was never seen. And then when she told me that she was going to she would have upped the percentage from 40% to 60 to 65% that it would turn into cancer within the next year. I was glad I had the hysterectomy. It did throw me through menopause. I do have bad hot flashes. I've got them kind of under control with estrogen. I have to take estrogen every day. And I do have some mood swings, but I take medicine from that, and that's I didn't have depression and anxiety and panic attack or any of that stuff until I got hurt in 05, and that's when all that kicked in. Before that, I didn't have any of those issues. I worked, I was happy, I did what I needed to do and went on. And, you know, when you're worked since you was 15 and 8 months, and then all of a sudden you get hurt and you think I'm going back to work and you're told no, it makes a big difference. And that's another story I'm not ready to tell, but when I'm ready, I'll tell it. But I am going to go and I'm going to edit this video and put it up tonight. I'm going to attempt to put this one up tonight because it is Mother's Day and I do want it to go up tonight, or at least as early as tonight as it can. If not and it's tomorrow, I'm sorry. I still wish you all a happy Mother's Day, and mothers-to-be, happy Mother's Day. You've got blessings coming from God and precious, precious gifts. And whether it's day or night, wherever you may be, it's evening here. It's a little after 3. I hope you have a good one. If you like story times, give me some thumbs up. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. And comment below if there's anything you'd like to see or any new products you'd like to try. I put up a makeup tutorial last night. It's a purple eye look. Very dramatic. Something it's not in my wheelhouse to do. I did one today, as you've seen, that I took off, which was not in my wheelhouse, but I liked it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. So we're going to try to do some more of those. But I'm going to go, and we'll talk to y'all later, and have a good day or night wherever you may be. Bye.